What's going on, ladies? Beautiful Saturday afternoon. I got all my stuff done on my pickup, so I decided to do a live stream. We'll see how the next couple days go over the weekend and everything. It's supposed to be pretty wet up around here, so we'll probably get another live stream in. But I get really bored doing baling and tillage and spreading manure by myself and trying to create a video out of it. So I figured, heck with it. Let's do a live stream. Kind of get through this section of gameplay anyways. Worst possible time to take a gulp of drink there. What's up, Challen? Yeah, so what we got going here, I'm going to get everything raked. We'll get the tractor put on the baler. I got to finish tillage on this field in front of me here before the end of the day. I have to get my rye in. I'm pretty sure once I get turned around here, we'll double check with the growth. I still can't figure out what on this map is freaking it out in the center, and it's driving me absolutely bonkers. There's something right in the center of this map, Tahitian, that is just frame loss. It's probably that building I forgot to switch out. But, alright, so... No. Forget that every time. With the throttle slider, when I hit the menu, it stops me, but with cruise control, it doesn't. So down here it's saying rain, rain, rain. That's why I'm in such a hurry to get this baled and get my rye in. Little shot overnight, not bad. Where's my growth? I thought I had rye set up different than... Oh, yeah. Because in June I'll green mow it, and I can put soybeans in, but where's my silage corn? I gotta remember how I got this set up, because it's different than how I play all of my other maps. What's up, Alex? PB, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping in. What's up, woman? I like it. I'm not even a lady to him. Jeez. Instead of cheese, I'm just gonna say cheese every time. Sounds better. So I don't have silage corn in. How long ago was I messing with this one? I should be able to get rye mowed in May. Should. And if I can't, I can go in and adjust corn to be planted in June also. That's awfully late. I mean, the farmer I was looking at, he was mowing his rye like second weekend in May. Granted, he didn't get it done by then because it rained for a week straight there. But he did end up getting it done towards whatever last week in May, so it would have been the beginning of this past week. So third week in May, which, I feel like that's a little late to get your corn in. Let me double check that again. So we can plant rye already. Yeah, we'll rake this, let it dry for a little bit longer, and then finish tillage on that front field, or the field in front of me here. And then come back to baling. As long as we don't get wet today. No, Pleasant. This is still Tahitian. I lost the map I really wanted to do, man. And it hurt my creativity. I'm not even gonna lie. I was super pumped to work on that map too, and I lost it. And the reason I say that, Pleasant, your buildings fit those farms like crazy. And I lost that DEM. But my thought is it could possibly still be on my laptop. Possibly. so I gotta look through my laptop and see if I can find it there. Yeah, Matt, it's I showed it off on Facebook years ago at the beginning of 22. Northeast Iowa dairy. It's just an old school hilly part of Iowa that matches a lot of Wisconsin. A 1X. I want to kind of get myself back into fully making a map. But if that doesn't work out, I've also picked up my home farm map, which is a 4X, big fields, not so much of a Wisconsin feel as much of a Iowa feel, but I do have a little corner that feels like Wisconsin because it's right before the hills start in Iowa. Yes, there's hills in Iowa. Pleasant, I'm gonna say the shaders. Watch, what? If you guys don't play with shaders, I really can't say, but I did this the other day, and I'm like, oh yeah, you can't see that. How did I get them shaders on, where's it at? Filters? Visual preset, none? Okay. Why isn't this changing for you guys then? I'm doing game capture. I don't know. But Pleasant, obviously you haven't been paying attention to my 4th generation dairy farm. Matt, no. What's it called? Not Oak Ridge. Autumn Oaks was a real location that MB was picking out of Wisconsin. I have not heard of anything about that map at all. There's actually, what I can tell you, without giving too much away, there is a map that should be coming out, which the stutter here I hate, and I don't know what it is because now we're clear. But I'm hoping to have a map done here before the end of 22, and everybody's speculating because this is what they did at the end of 19, and Farming Simulator is going through their same steps. There's going to be an announcement soon of the next game, but if they release it in November, that is still 6 months from now. So I figured there's probably 2 months worth of work, which means there's 4 months worth of gameplay that we could still get out of it. And it would be easy convert over to the new game. Fingers crossed that they don't change everything. But if it's an easy convert over to the new game, I'll be converting that one first. That's all I can say on that. What's up, KJ? Just giving you crap, Pleasant. I stayed up as late as I could last night, Pleasant, to see if you were going to stream. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go to bed early. I'm going to work on my truck tomorrow. And if I miss it, I miss it. But I was also about ready to stream, and then I'm like, yeah, no, not feeling it. But, dude, you got a growing family. I ain't mad. Not one bit. Like I said, Matt, I haven't heard from MB for quite a while. And I do know his job in the spring is his busy season, so. What you guys got planned for this Memorial Day? Pleasant's probably just out there feeding calves. What's up, Jeremiah? I need to shave this beard, too. Stash is kind of getting in the way. Pleasant, you're that far south that you're still planting? Nice, KJ. You like that new DLC? I haven't bought it yet, but that was going to be one of my missions this weekend. Set everything back up and go trucking. If it rains. That's if it rains. It's too wet to go riding dirt bikes right now. If it doesn't rain tomorrow morning, I'll probably be out riding a little bit. Chris, how you doing? Mention dirt bikes and you always pop up, dude. How wet are you guys down there, Chris? I thought about heading down south and going and trying a new track too. Well, it's over by Davenport. Not that far south by you, but close. I was going to say Pleasant. It's getting pretty late, but what can you do when Mother Nature does this to you? I mean, not going to lie, dude. I would hate to get the rotary hoe back out, and it was 2 weeks ago. I seen a guy had one hooked up to his tractor. Oof. You can almost guarantee, what is that, like 10 to 15 bushels an acre off when you got to get one of them out? But at the same time, it's either get it planted or don't plant at all, which it's a hard choice. 1.5 has some issues. KJ, you started a whole new profile for that one? Holy crap, Chris. Yeah, thanks for the heads up. I'm not even looking down there. We'll just stay to our local track then. That's about all I'm going to be able to ride, unless the sand track's open, which I really don't want to go ride sand either. Everybody's got rain coming. We had so many tornadoes pop off in Iowa. And then, I mean, the storms I seen on the YouTube guys, because I watched Ryan Hall, y'all, that one night with the tornadoes in Iowa. Now everybody's posting their stuff. Or I see them all, I guess. They were all over the Midwest, southern Midwest, however you want to put it. Where are you at, Jeremiah? Now, KJ, I'm not very good with the mods in ATS, but the realistic economy, is that like a real pain in the butt to get anywhere? I mean, I get it. It makes it more realistic and it's going to take you a while, but I'm just wondering. West Virginia. You're out there a ways. A half an inch is asking a lot this year, Pleasant. And half an inch. Oof. I mean, you guys ever go back and look at the Farmer's Almanac? Ugh. And realize what weather pattern we're in? We could almost figure it out. I mean, history repeats itself a little bit. But I mean, last year was such a dry year. Now this spring is so wet. Hopefully we don't get too dry this summer. Yeah, KJ, that's taking you a little bit of time. I guess if you do a lot of short hauls though, too, It'll take you quite a bit more. How long it take for the water to come down, Chris? Jeez, dude. That's a lot. Are you near the Mississippi River, Chris? Because, I mean, for as much rain as we got up here north, and then you guys got smoked with that even. Yeah, that's a lot. Done planning, huh? Oh, I think you got a bigger one than a 4-row in the game. You really only got a 4-row in real life, Pleasant? I got you, Chris. Yeah. That river's way high. I know we opened our floodgates up here, the dams, quite a bit just to keep us from flooding a lot. Because Minnesota's been getting smoked too. What's up, Country Pumpkin Gaming? Interesting name. Oh God, I gotta check my DMs while streaming? Oh hey, it'd help if I turn that stuff, disable that. Very nice, Pleasant. I like that setup, dude. How many acres you putting through that little guy? Up, dropped, now back up again. We're never gonna win this year, Chris. Yep, I hear you. My little river town that I live in, dude, is swallowing like crazy. We're supposed to flood. And it never, thank God, it never got up there that high. But it was freaking close. Tractor's way overkill for sure, dude, but still, I'd love to have that. Is that an old 86? I could be wrong. I didn't look that close. All the acres with it. What are you running, dude? I mean, I understand your 4-row. It'd be nice to have a 6-row type deal, but again, I don't know what fields you kind of run in and everything. Sometimes a 4-row works better than an 8-row, you know? I'm just used to our Iowa style half-mile, 3/4 of a mile rows. Yeah, 3/4 of a mile straight rows. A friend of mine's got a farm. It's more, I mean, like level. It's like level. That they got mile-long rows in, and there's about, oh, I know there's a section in there with like no waterways in it whatsoever. When the going's good, it's good to go. Or when it's when it's good. I don't know even where I was going with that. Never mind. Pleasant, that's a start. I mean, if you got a planter and your tractor and everything, dude, I'm not even lying. I'm kind of jealous about that one. That one would be fun. It's just enough, dude. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say because if I would farm my dad's 80 acres, it would be a blast. And it's only 80 acres. I could get away with, I mean, I'd want to chisel it pretty decent, so, because it's that dark, heavy topsoil. But, I could probably get away with a 150 horse tractor. A nice old Soundguard. But then again, you know how hard those are to come by? I should say minimal price. Ah, dude. Pleasant, here you are giving me crap for not running the orange tractors, but you got a green combine, green planter, and a red tractor? If I remember correctly, Pleasant, and this is back when we only had one decent tractor, or one decent sized tractor, I should say. And it was 175 horse. So I did everything with it. Chiseling, cultivating. We did disc quite a few years in a row. And then we also planted with it because our next tractor was only like 60 horse. Yeah. For the auger, which still wasn't enough. But we were a good week to get 220 acres planted, if I remember correctly. And I don't know the John Deeres at all, dude. I only know them from being in Farm Sim and what Tired Iron has made. But why would you have to upgrade that? If it's pushing the 4-row really good. If you got 100 acres, Pleasant, it would be awesome to see you out there with 2 4-row combines. That would be killer. I think you could make that a YouTube series. Going 2 old school 4-row planters and 4-row combines. Oh, that ain't bad then, Pleasant. Yeah, you could burn through 100 acres. The reason it took us about a week to plant 200 acres, we had split that. Oh, what did we split that? About 75 beans and about 125 corn. But also, we would get our late season corn in, and I'd usually, I don't know. Back then, we were kind of put the corn in first, and now some people do the beans first. But I'd get half the field cultivated. We'd come back, put the planter on it, and this is when we got spread axles, because our old school white when I was growing up only had buckle duals on, so we took the buckle duals off to plant because it would not line up with our 36-inch planter. I do remember that one. good old-fashioned two-wheel drive white. First series. Not even a Series 1 or Series 2. I mean, like, very first. Wasn't even a Field Boss, I don't think. And Pleasant, I'm sure you can follow right along with me. If farming's in your blood, dude, you're gonna do whatever it takes to keep it there. I just can't. When my dad passes, I'll probably try to farm. But right now, it's his retirement, and he's making way too good of money off it that I don't even want to step foot in it right now. And I don't have any tractors. But you're going to make me start looking for a nice little 4-row, 6-row. If that's feasible, then yeah, might as well just jump back in. Oof. I had way too many chicken fries there, man. They were delicious, though. Starting to get a little bit of heartburn. That's awesome, Pleasant. I didn't know that. And then you're working for a farmer on the side is where you take care of all those calves? Aw, you kidding me? I should have came in a little bit farther, dude. So freaking close. Oh, dang. Those are yours. Very nice. You know, you're not the only one that has said that to me. And if I make it out there, I'll definitely be letting you know, dude. That'd be a fun little real life video to put up here on my channel. So how are you feeding all them? They're just bottle calves. We've talked about this once before, but I didn't realize they were yours. You wean them? All right. Well, is that you got them on bottles, and then you wean them, and then they go. Yeah, so you won't have to worry about really grabbing anything off your farm ground to feed them. In another, what, 3 years? Yeah, let's say 4 years. You're going to have a little helper out there with you. I got you, Pleasant. They're in your barn. They're not necessarily yours, but they're in your barn, so I get it. crap. Missed that. I just never knew that was a thing. Pleasant. But then again, the guys I do know around me doing beef, they don't ever calve, or they just buy in the steers, you know. I'm not too worried about cleaning this up because, again, this one will go to... I do need to get this one chiseled also. But maybe I should wait and take a year, or the first cutting of alfalfa off it next year is what I think I'm going to do. Yeah, I'll take one cutting off it in the spring, and then we'll get it planted to corn. I'll cross my fingers for you too there, Pleasant. That's the opportunity you need to seize. I mean, it might be a little bit much for you to begin with, but you could definitely work into it for sure. You need to, I don't know how much you talked to JCL, but you should send that picture of your tractor and planter to him also. He's another guy that can appreciate the small farming. Alright, you guys decide. What tractor should I put on the grain drill? The one that's going to be doing rye. Should I throw the 4960 on it, or should I put the, what is it, like 4320 that I got there? I can't remember which one it is. Let me readjust in my chair. I was in the process of putting away my chopper stuff before I actually started live streaming. We didn't make it very far if you haven't noticed. Oh, that's how old school your combine is there, Pleasant. I got you. That makes a bit of difference for sure. I gotta get that field planted to rye also. We're gonna have to put courseplay on one of these things because... Alright, so the way we are gonna have to run this, I just realized this. This is gonna have to go to the cultivator once I get the chiseling done over there. 4320 is gonna have to go to the grain drill. And then I'm gonna have to use the 7000 series for the baling and picking things up. Oh god, you're in the way. I'm not throwing the duals back on just to do a little bit of cultivating here this fall. Nope. Let me see if I got the periodic plowing on or not. I do. That I do. Which 43 will need to be chiseled. I already know that. Come on. Thanks, country. Pumpkin. Check out Pleasant Views also while you're here. He's got good stuff going on there. A lot of live streams. I'm thinking the same exact thing, Jeremiah. A little excess room. Flight mode, super strength, turn all this stuff on that I always forget about. Alright, let's jump in the 8,000 and get this bad boy ripped. Exactly, Jeremiah. I'm right there with you. Got to get some baling done, country. I'm just gonna start calling you Bumpkin. Bumpkin sounds better. Get some tillage done. Get some rye planted. Get some hay bales brought in. I literally have today in game to get my rye in. I think where I need to be to get it to grow through the winter correctly. Let me tell you though, Pleasant, sitting in that white back in the day, we didn't have much room either, and my head bounced off of that wrap system so much when we were sleeping as kids, but we still managed, dude. All I can say is make sure you keep the cushion there. Bring a pillow with you or something for him to sit on. But those are some of the best times ever. Which a lot of people say they can't stand going back and forth in a tractor. It gets boring, but I don't think there's anything else that I'd rather do. Third day it gets tough to stay in there, but I'm still like, I want to go back to it so bad. What's up, Pickaxe? I can't remember the numbers on them, Pleasant. I really can't. It was the very first series of whites that was the enclosed cab, non-front wheel assist, oh god, you're making me dig deep. And I want to say it was 150 horse factory. And my dad took the little screwdriver trick to the fuel injection pump, or the injection pump, I should say. We kicked her up to 175. I didn't think it had a 2 in front of it, though. I really don't think it did. I don't know my whites that good. Because that I was really young when that tractor actually blew up. Huh, that's news to me. Oh, come on. I thought I had that on yet. Trying to straighten out my lines. But the crazy part with that, and if anybody ever argues with me that front wheel assist isn't worth it, I'm gonna make them retract that, because we went to an Egco. I can't remember the number on that one either, and for some reason I always say a 9845. It was when the first series of Power Shift came out. It did not have the square cab or the square windows on the cab, but it did. Yeah, it was the rounded. No, it was the angled doors, not the square glass door. But then we used the same chisel plow the first year we bought that tractor that the white had, or that we always pulled the white with. And for the same horsepower rating, we were able to set it another 2 inches deeper, and then we almost pulled that chisel plow in half twice. So right up there where the tongue would connect to the disc gains, and then right behind the disc to where the chisel tines were, it was starting to pull the welds apart, because we were hitting the hard pan in the ground that's never been ripped for I would say never, since they pulled the trees out, is what I would say. Well, maybe they went that deep when they were mobile plowing it, maybe. So yeah, then we had to upgrade to, we got another 2 chisel gangs on the side with the chisel plow we upgraded to. And our tractor wasn't power shift, so we still had to do the whole 1 through 4. What's up, Zachary? I think you're right, Pleasant. Maybe it was a 9635. But for some reason I remember a 45. Yeah, I'm probably wrong with that one. But ours was not power shift, so you had 1 through 4, high and low. And then in each one of those gears, we had A, B, C, D for range, which worked out really nice, because chisel plowing, I was in second, D and C, depending on the hill. But then in field cultivating, I would have been, which some of the gears did overlap a little bit, but I'm pretty sure field cultivating, which a small cultivator back then too. Don't even ask me the width, because I couldn't tell you that. But I would be in third. Why does that sound off? No, I was chiseling, I was in third. God, this has been so long ago, dude. But then field cultivating, I was up 1 more gear, and I'd use range B and C. So the B would be just like D. No, B would be 1 section higher than D in the previous gear. So I was able to cook it a little bit. But in my opinion, if you can find a good deal on a front wheel assist tractor, that's the way to go. You can pull quite a bit more with that front wheel assist. And then if you weight it out correctly, like that was the huge thing. We had a full set of suitcase weights on. Alright, I gotta take care of that quick. We had a full set of suitcase weights on the front of our Egco that we made sure we always kept there. Where's that other one at? But yeah, that was like huge for us to get the traction on the front tires. Country or pumpkin, I would say anything. You can find a lot on itch.io. There's some Facebook groups floating around yet, but itch.io and the Mod Hub is mainly what I use. Trusted ones. Check out Rooster Mods. Pleasant View has quite a few mods up, and then Dairy Deer is the one that I got this tractor from. He has quite a few good mods around too. Those are just a handful that I can think right now. Damn, Pleasant. Ooh, that's why I'm thinking it's a 9645. That is the one series before the one we had. That's the square windows yet. What's up, Outlaw? Doing great here. Thanks, Bumpkin. Ah, I got you, Outlaw. I don't think it's worth doing a multi-stream on both platforms, but I'm not a Twitch guy either. I'm more YouTube. But I'm not judging anybody. Let me grab another drink here. Well, Outlaw, you can ask Pleasant right here how you get 50 people on a live stream. Honestly, Zachary, I haven't been around to really even talk with many of the people in the co-ops, Discord and stuff, but we've all been pretty busy with the storms and whatnot that have been coming through. There's really not a whole lot of progress report to do, but Monaco Modding has a building in testing on Patreon right now, which is a nice little building. I don't think I have it in this mod folder, to tell you the truth. Give me 1 second, Pleasant. I'll get this guy set up over here, and then we'll double check what you got. Course play. Let's roll that back to there. Actually, we're gonna keep that there. Rows to skip 1. It's gonna be difficult because of that little deal up there. Go figure. Go. Alright, now what'd you send me? Yes. Yes, Pleasant. 9745. Thanks for that, dude. That was almost... That is identical. They had a few head gasket issues, Pleasant. If you ever look into them, they were known for head gasket or bad heads on them. But if you could find one that would be if you found one that you want, tell them to do an ultrasound on the head. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Pleasant. They, the White made a version just like that, too. That was when they were trying to do, like, the Eggco and White to keep White alive type deal. Which I really didn't agree with. But then, I can't remember what they called the transmission we had in ours. Which, it was a lot cheaper. No, Pleasant. It detects cracks in the head gasket, you know? But, that transmission, to save like 10 grand on a power shift transmission, was worth it in our mind. No rows to skip. We'll leave it up and down. How many head? Let's do 2. Start work on center. Go. Baby Eggco. Well, let me ask you this, Pleasant. Is yours a baby Eggco? Baby White? Baby Alice Chalmers? What we got here? I mean, we could go to Massey now. Let's try to back this thing in while I'm here, I guess. It isn't going to go the best. I already know that. Uh-oh. Wheel pulled off the desk. Give me 1 second. Alright. I should have brought the three-wheeler over here. It would have turned a lot sharper. I'd say I'd do it like we used to do in real life, but it's not as easy in the game as it was in real life. 3 guys could push this back here in a nice concrete pad. Alright, close enough. I'm done with it. I'll deal with that off stream sometime. Yes, the power shift, I've heard the power shifts were bad on those too. But like I said, I can't remember what they called our transmission that we had there. But we didn't have issues with that. We only had the issues with the head gasket. And I don't even remember how many hours we had on ours. Alright, where's my other tractor? Come on. Good luck, Outlaw. It's just been raining all over the place. Clean out this little pen that I forgot to shut the gate on. Watch out, calf. I got all this to get rid of yet too, which I already put it on one field, but I don't know how the game reacts. If you till it, can you put more manure on it? I guess I should have looked into that before I cultivated that field. Oof, that's a bad one, Outlaw. I hate when that comes about, the wet season. Hey, one other thing I forgot. I got a 40 series tractor over there I can throw on the baler. But That's what I forgot about. We almost killed these cows. Now everybody gets to see how I cheat feeding my cows in the barn. Where's my fork? Right, Outlaw? It's getting irritating, dude. I'm no joke there. I'm irritated about it, and I don't even farm, but moving dirt, it's annoying. To which one, Pleasant? The little one? Oh, fence. Come on now. Oh, this isn't even going to be enough. Oh, I seen some pictures of that one there, Pleasant. I would not mind it. Because if I remember correctly, that was one of the buildings off the original Autumn Oaks back in 17. Alright. And I really like that little freestall like that. Now, if we had a parlor to go with it that we could add onto it, yes, I can show you a few things I got that would help out with having multiple freestalls there and a parlor. That would be awesome. Come on, brakes. No brakes. No brakes, guys. Forgot to turn it on. Let's see how full this gets us. I know I'm gonna need more than that. Nope, wrong way. Oh, I agree with you, Pleasant. I knew you redid a lot of it. That's why I'd like to see it. But what I'm saying is, it's the perfect size to, like, graduate out of a tie stall and into the free stalls. And the way I got this farm set up, I would take out that little calf building behind there of yours and put in another freestall here. But at the same time, it's like I'd like to put a whole new parlor on, and then you just don't use the tie stall except for its storage above, the hay storage. And then I'd have 2 free stalls and a parlor, and then I could keep expanding back that way and off the end of that free stall. That's how I was going to progress this farm, but there's just no good standalone parlor out there. And a lot of the other barns that I was looking at were way too big for me to, like, put in. And I need to just learn Blender myself one of these days, because I wouldn't mind a nice 8x parlor just to be able to, like, place with a few walking gates, so to speak, so you can get your cows there, quote unquote. I do play 75% realistic, and you guys will see why here in a second. Because I wasn't going to use that little feeding cart to feed everything in a tie stall. And most of the time here, you have a tie stall, your cows actually go out to the pasture when you're not milking. Or they go out to the free stall again when they're not milking. All you put in there is a little bit of food to encourage the cows to come in. And that is why I did this. Where you at? How much longer do we gotta wait? Oh, not long. I agree with you, Outlaw, but it's just too big for my liking, especially with this farm. If I had another, like I said, if I had a parlor to go with that freestall, I'd slap down another freestall and create it to the parlor, so that way it'd work out. But what I did here was I brought the little feeding trigger out just a little bit more, so I didn't have to worry about it too much. And that's why I say I cheat feeding these cows, because I do. Also why I said I play 75% realistic. Come on. There it is. Let's get these cows fed that are in there. They're not actually in there, but they're in there according to the game. Just because I didn't want them visually being seen 24/7. Is my mic cutting in and out that bad? Huh. Good to know somebody likes that, Outlaw. I didn't know if anybody would catch on to that. I didn't, yeah. I did that for that exact reason. I just don't like how in here you can't really see that. But you can keep them alive. Maybe not full health or production, but you can keep them alive at least. And then we're good on straw for a while. What's this one like? Oof, you're getting down there too. But you're going to have to wait to be fed until we're done baling. Because I got to get some bales made here. What about them, Pleasant? Because you know the guys I know that could help you out with it. With that, Outlaw, yes, you are correct. And I did that for the calf huts. I really like that little touch because instead of milk replacer that I don't have, never made. What happened to the front bumper of my truck? I don't know. But like I said, we don't have milk replacer on this one yet, and I didn't have it done before release. So kind of just figured, you know, you could grab milk for simulating that a little bit, I guess. Oh, you're talking to the guy that can help you with that, Pleasant. Legacy tried making me animate a door, and then he ended up taking the one from Giants and making that animation work, which was a pain in the butt, and it's a whole different program. But if you just want a simple animation made for those roll-up doors, yeah, I can show you how to do that. For some reason with my track IR, it's a little stuttery in there. What's up, Barnun? Glad you could make it, dude. My one and only member for the month. God, you're gonna make me remember how to do that, Pleasant. Alright, so every panel needs to have the same exact origin area. The one I did for Monaco, he made the origin set to every panel was on the bottom left roller. Let me remember this one real quick. Yeah, it needed to be on a roller to make the animation right. Because if it wasn't on the roller, it pivoted really weird at the top. Which I can adjust the origin in GE. It's a pain in the butt, but I can do it if I have to. So if you have the origin set on like bottom left or bottom right roller for all the panels, the animation goes really quick in the XML then. That's if you're doing panels. If you're doing just like one of those nice classic roll-up doors that go into a circle at the top, that'd be simple, but you still gotta have panels. I can't answer that one, Outlaw. I have no idea what stage that map is in. I haven't talked to DR for probably going on over 2 weeks now, 3 weeks. Something like that. Well, bar none, thank you. I heard you were talking to Legacy the other night. Ah, that stutter's still driving me crazy. I know you guys can see it too. I wonder if I'm going to get through this entire field without running out of fuel. And this unit needs to be maintained. Meh. Ah, crud. You know what I just remembered I forgot to do? Where's that 4960? Come here. Okay, not you. This one. Yeah, he left a big gap. I don't like that. Back up. Back up, boy. Or not. Whatever. We'll just let Courseplay do its thing. Hey, that needs to be shut off. There we go. Good to hear, bar none. At least Legacy's doing something. That doesn't include his lawn. Good to hear that he finally got out there, dude. Like I said, I haven't been around very much. And now he's golfing, so. We're not going to hear from him for a while. You know, Bar, I told him he needs to set himself up a little putting green in the backyard or something. If it was me, and if I was into golfing that much, I'd have a little putting green right in my front lawn if I was him. Because the kids could play in the back, and he could practice out front. That's why it's called Whack-a-Fuck, Outlaw. Whack. Fuck. I don't know. I gotta take the boy to like one of them Top Golf things for his birthday come Monday, so we'll see how I do. I've only been at a driving green otherwise, so I don't even know if I'm gonna make it past that. Yeah, but the grass. Trying to read Snapchat and doing hey, okay. Dang it, sit right on the row. All of them you hit go left, bar none? Last time I went and swung a golf club, dude, I threw out my back. Bidenum's right. Start by getting your DEM, and Paint a Farm, or Kim, has quite a few tutorials out there with it, and Python. Find a good spot for data, and go on with that. Or you can do it the old school way and take the elevations and start painting in GE, and then you smooth everything back out. I haven't done a DEM in forever. It's been 3 years, I think. I got a couple I'm sitting on that need to be done, but I got two 16Xs. One I don't really like because it's too hilly, and the other one I just don't really get myself into that. I know if I can pluck away slowly at it and get done eventually, but that'll probably be for the next game, to tell you the truth. And hopefully the next game, the 16Xs run smoother. Bar none? I think you got something going on there, bud. Like I said, Outlaw, pluck away at them slowly. That's good to hear, man. I like new maps. I like new people joining the modding community, because my modding time has slowed down a lot, due partially to my YouTube channel, but also just the lack of time in general. I mean, I could have spent, what, the hour and 20 minutes that I've been on here mapping. It just drives me crazy. My side's more the XML stuff. I can sit in and XML all day long. So if you need any assistance with that stuff, Bar, I got you. Blender stuff. Oh, nice. If it's easier for you, then better. That's a good place to start. With round fields, jeez, Outlaw wants to make us go in circles. Nope, everybody has their own taste. My biggest issue is when I have made a map, I can't bring myself to play it. For whatever reason, it just doesn't work for me. Alright, I gotta figure something out here. That's driving me nuts way too much. I've had enough of it. There's something right over here. See, why don't I don't hit a frame drop going that way, but going this way. Where's that farm over here? Ooh, that was something. Where'd it go? Is it really just the amount of trees right here? How many trees are actually in here? Oh. Yeah, that could do it. It's definitely just the amount of trees. That sucks. Because I don't want to have to go through the XML and figure that all out. On what trees I need to delete. I agree with you, Bar. Mapping is so time consuming, and with the switch to more people being open to Blender, if you could pump buildings out, you're going to, or not Blender, excuse me, Patreon. If you can pump buildings out, you can keep them there a lot easier, because the map, I mean, you go both ways. A map can take you a really long time. Later, Jeremiah. Thanks, dude. A map can take you a really long time to get it perfect, and it will never be perfect. I mean, even Tahitian's not perfect, and DR will be one of the first to tell you it's not. But at the same time, it all depends on how much time you can devote sitting at your computer doing this. And that's my biggest issue, is even like when I get into it, I still find myself pulling myself away from mapping and playing a game, going and doing something else. I don't know what it is about it, but I just struggle keeping myself focused at doing a map. But there are spurts I go in, like I lost it, and if I can find it, I'm going to get that map out. But everybody has their little spurts they go through, and they can pluck away at a map and get a lot done. And then the other thing I found that helped me out a lot with mapping was working on several different maps at a time that were all in a different stage, so you didn't get burned out on just doing this one thing. And the way I do maps is a lot with scripts, splines. It helps it go a little bit quicker. And then you just gotta come back through and smooth them out. So again, I mean, up to you, bar none, but you got any questions, dude, hit me up. Never really can say I've ever fully finished and published a map. I did put Flint Hills out in 19, my version of it, which is, oh hey, what the heck? Which is completely different than the JS mapping, and then I threw like a rock quarry in it and stuff like that. Not necessarily my favorite thing to ever admit, but I did. Let's skip one row at a time. Start working on headland. Okay, perfect. Let's go. Find the time. Wait, you got time? What's that? Why won't you go? Probably because of this. Where's the fertilizer? False. Go. There we go. It's going to take you 43 minutes to get this field done. That's annoying. Hey Barnum, are you going to do all the buildings custom on that map yourself, or you going to use some that have been out? I agree with you, bar none, but I usually try to like start as if like your dad or somebody was in it. The best thing I can say, because you already know him, Legacy has a lot of great map assets, and I know he has no problem sharing. I mean, even on Tahitian, he made the little like gas line markers for in the ditch and stuff. And there's a lot of other little ones in here, and I know the guys from the co-op modding crew do not care to, or they don't care if you use their assets. So like, you don't need to go all the way through and make your own gates and stuff. And there's a lot of little assets out there that you could utilize to speed up your process. You could even hit up Western Iowa, which Legacy has his permission to do things with his buildings too. But the light fixtures in his barns, I know that would speed you up also if you just grabbed his stuff and put them in there rather than worrying about making your own little stuff. Oh god, yeah, bar none. I've told Legacy I'm here to help, but he still doesn't send me stuff to work on. Tomorrow, I got a 3080, 32 gigs of RAM. I believe I got a Ryzen 7 something. I'd have to pull up the screen and look again. Last I knew, I was supposed to be the one to animate every door in there, and I cried. I gotta find the correct map to do it, and the correct people to play on that map. I want to use Legacy's BTO stuff so bad. Oh yeah. All the little details he has in there too. And if you make your walls with the occluder mesh that could cut out the other walls behind it, you don't have to worry so much. Ah, I got you, bar none. Careful with that one. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm sure he told you the same thing. Thanks for stopping in, Pickaxe. Have a good one, dude. Oh my god. I worked too hard on my truck today. I'm getting tired. How many head of hogs there, bar none? Because I got a map that I need a couple smaller ones made than the 1,200 head I have or that Western Iowa made. Oh, bar none, you're speaking to me, bud. You're really speaking to me now. Hit me up on Discord sometime, bar none. I gotta... It doesn't need to be perfect, but it is one thing that drives me nuts that held me back from finishing this map. I don't know how many head they hold, but if you would... Alright, so you're at 1,200 hit with his, so if you cut it in half, you'd be at 600. Alright, so where... No, am I saying that right? There ain't no... Yeah, I'm saying that right, because if you put two 1,200s next to each other, that's a 2,400 head building setup. That's the way they started out here in Iowa anyways. Two buildings, separated in the center by a wall, usually. If you cut that one up, you let me know, bar none, because I got a map I want to work on that has two of them on it that small. I got Westerns for the other setup. I got Legacy's monoslope for the big cattle farm. I got all of the stuff from Westby essentially, and with Pleasant View's smaller barns to make up the old school cow farms. What I need the most is that small farrowing and nursery. It's the farm I grew up on, my dad's farm, family farm, and we used to farrow and run the hogs all ourselves, you know. It was before Cargill owned all the pigs. But like I said, the farm doesn't need to be perfect, and I got most of the buildings I need already available. And that was the one I was kind of plucking, that map I was kind of plucking away on again, trying to bring it up to where I need to be. Well, I'm willing to help you on those two buildings if they're somewhat gonna fit for my farm. I don't do the whole Blender exporting to GE thing. If you figure that all out, I can help you with the XML side and GE side quite a bit there. Just make sure you got your materials set, and then I can show you how to do a lot of that. See, this is why it's great to have new people learning, because I can give information, you can give me information, and then on top of that, we can help each other out to speed up the process instead of you trying to sit there and figure it all out yourself and videos on YouTube to watch. You from the Midwest, bar none? Because that's how they started in Iowa. When Cargill said they wanted to own all the pigs and put them in confinement buildings, every one of them were two 1,200 head barns sitting next to each other. They're all over around me. And then they started going, well, instead of putting 2 barns up, let's just make it 1 solid barn. And then they're like, oh, hey, let's make a 4,800 hog building. Ah, I got you, Barnum. Oh, not far away. I'm northeast Iowa. I do got enough money for a hay shed finally. I just need to find a place to put it up. Dope. I missed that little bit. That ain't too bad, Bar. It's getting fewer and far in between, but I can say from the farmer standpoint, it makes so much more sense to have Cargill own the pigs, and then you're not out anything. But the funny part is, up here, where I'm at, there was a feed mill that said, you know what? We're going to go around, buy the land from the farmers, build these buildings, hire the farmer to run the buildings for 2 years. This was the first contract. They had given them a really fair price all the way across the board, and then all of a sudden 2 years later the contract would be up for running it. Since this feed mill already owned the buildings, they already got the contract to feed them, they were like, oh hey, we're gonna cut your pay in half, by the way, now that we own everything. We laughed a lot at a lot of the farmers that took that plea deal. What's up, PA? Plowboy. I probably got to put lime on this field. It's actually not terrible, but it's not good either. I think I'll leave it alone. Now, that manure needs to be spread there. Yes, sirree. Everybody's waiting for the storms. I actually like this tractor quite a bit. I wish I owned one in real life. Yep. I get it completely, bar none. They do the same thing around here, man. It's a little bit of a monopoly, if you know what I mean. And a lot of people just look the other way on that little tidbit of information they get. I thought this tractor would turn sharper than that. Oh, come on. Oh, what the heck? How'd it get stuck on the door like that? Now my fingers are mixed up. Family-owned business, just remember. Where the heck did we end off at? Oh god, this is gonna take more than just one refill. Alright ladies, this is about all I'm gonna be able to stream here today. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate every last one of you that came around. And the guys that are watching this not live. And I suppose you got to keep making the videos for weekly stuff. Have a good one, and see you next time.